These are brand spanking new from Sharpie. They're the earth tone markers. They're like brand new, like literally just released this week on Amazon. First time that you can get them, and we are going to swatch them. Luckily, you can't find the names anywhere online, but I was able to ask Sharpie and they gave me the names for all these markers. So don't worry, we're going to be able to name them because I know you guys love that. So these are launched following the success of the regular palette of markers from Sharpie last year when they released the Sharpie Creative Marker and the bullet point. And so now we have our second set. So it is very important that we name these because now I'm starting to see some colors that could be super similar. And down here we got like a blue, a light blue. So it's going to be super imperative that we have names for these so that way when we get them out, we don't confuse them with each other. And when we're going for a marker, we know which one to get. So that's just one thing that we have to add when we're using Sharpies. I actually am going to, I think, try to use a Posca marker on here to write the names. So you can also use a label. I really should get a label machine because enough of you guys ask about that. But I'm just going to use this. So the important thing when you write with this one, because I can't necessarily write in black, which I usually use a black Sharpie to write on my items, is I will have to wait for the paint to dry on this one. So I should probably label these ones too. So maybe at the end I'll label all these so then I can have them all labeled. And then I do have a storage container for these because these will not, like, it's hard to store them in this package. And so I have a place to store them. I use Crafter's Companions marker storage to store these, and I have a spot for them, so it's perfect that it opened up so I can put them away after I use them today and label them. So we're going to try them on black and white paper, and we're also going to do a project with them, which is really fun. I'm going to show you some fun things that you can do with them. It also works on paper, metal, wood, ceramic, glass, rock, and canvas. And so the thing is with these, as with other paint markers, is if you do it on metal or ceramic or glass, it will scratch off eventually. But if you do it on wood or canvas or even rock, those are more porous surfaces, so it will seep in better and it will stay around longer. And if you put them on fabric, it's going to stay on fabric. So we're going to open these up. Always fun to open them up. I'm going to keep them in order because the colors I got from Sharpie are the orders that they are in. Right, so here's all of the markers, and we're going to go through and swatch them all and label them, and I'll make sure that I show you very carefully what the marker looks like, and we will go through these other ones too at the end, so that way you can have all your Sharpie markers labeled of the creative markers. I am using a Canson Mixed Media Rough. This is really good for paint, and it's like one of my favorite books that I have. I use it for a lot of things. The first color is Eucalyptus, and I don't really know how to spell this, so it's one of those things where it's like, we're gonna have to make sure I spell it right. So let's look at the tip real fast. The tip, I don't love this tip, but it is acceptable, I guess. For these markers, they're actually a pretty good marker. I'm surprised that they did not have the brush in these, but they're doing the bullet point, because this is a really flexible bullet point, if you can see that. So yeah, that's not my favorite. Some people really like it because you can do calligraphy with that. Ooh, this one's cute. Yeah, I was about ready to name these myself. I would have called this one Mint. So what I'm talking about is this kind of thing. So you kind of press down on the side like that to get your downstroke. There we go. Now, writing the name on here. Okay, I don't know if that is the greatest, but it works. I'm gonna make sure. Shake it up a little bit. I really need to get a label maker. Oh, there we go. That's all I had to do. I totally missed the A on here. I have to start again. Eucalypt. This is like a spelling test for me. Okay, so let's start this one again. We'll write it again. I'm so sorry for spelling it wrong. And it already smeared, so make sure you gently set these down until it dries. It will come off eventually because it is not a porous surface. So Posca works the same as a Sharpie as far as, because they're kind of the same deal with the paint. The medium acts the same way. Okay, so we're going to get our new lip. Okay, perfect, perfect, perfect. And I'll just fix this a little bit. So make sure you do let it dry. Not like me that didn't. Okay. Okay, the next one is moss green. So this one's a little bit more yellow in color than the other one. I should just like take off the whole lid so you guys can see that. Luckily the lids are the colors, so that makes it a little bit easier. I'm gonna have to be a little bit more careful. Okay, perfect. Perfect. And I'm just gonna let that sit. Carefully place it over here. Our next one is golden clay. So that's what this one looks like. So if you're watching this in like 2 or 3 years and you're like, I have a pack of 24 and I don't know the difference between yellow and golden clay, hopefully you will, because you press hard, you get a lot of ink coming out, which is kind of cool. You do want to be careful. I mean, these seem like they're not as fragile as some brush ones, but I have had people like use brush ones and I'm like, okay, just use the brush tip, because the brush tip is really cool, but unless you know how to use it, you can really ruin the marker, which has happened. I get so nervous when my daughter wants to play with my Copics or my Olos, they're an alcohol marker. I'm like, don't ruin the tip, those are expensive. Okay, so this next one is like an orangey color. This one's gonna be terracotta. Okay. And I think it's just one word, so I'm not gonna go back. You could pretend that's one word, right? Okay, let's see. I did not make it. For some reason, I want terracotta to be 2 words. Okay. But you can see how it's like not wanting to stay on there very well. Okay, the next one is crimson. That's a pretty color. These are super pretty. I just wish the names were on here. You guys know me. Okay, the next one is sandstone. That's what that one looks like. The good thing about these is they're very distinct colors. So at least with only 24 of them at this moment now. Okay, the next one is called Rose Quartz. And this is 2 words. I am trying to make another Q. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. And usually I'd put these in my own color order, but because I want to make sure that you guys get them in the right order, I know people are like, why did you mess up the order? Okay. The next one is going to be amethyst. Pretty purple color, but yeah, I totally would do this in a different order. Okay. Cute. Okay. The next one is lilac. Okay, the next one is going to be indigo. So this is where we're getting into some of those blues. They seem to be fairly different. So this one might get confused, the blue from the other one. I could see that happening. So but this one is a little bit, I don't know how to say. Looks like it has a little bit more black in it. Okay. And okay. All right, and I have to label it, of course. Let's see. Oh boy. Okay, the next one is cerulean, and then we're gonna also have a topaz. So these ones are, you want to make sure you put them in order, got the right order. Okay. I probably say that one wrong too. Okay. And our last one is topaz, so it kind of looks like a little bit of a sky blue to me. How's that one topaz? That is weird. I don't feel like this one's topaz. Okay, it is what it is. I feel like I would call this one sky blue. I feel like all the other ones were really close to what they should be. Really pretty colors. So here are all the original colors. This was the bullet. So I'm gonna come in and label these ones now. And we will get these really fast. I'll show you the tip color like I did before. This one is red. So these ones have normal. Actually, the other ones are pretty normal too. I just did, Post-it notes. Okay, so that video is coming out. It should have been out last week, but I was waiting to get Post-its in the mail. This one's orange, and their colors are not normal colors. They're like all over the place. Okay, the next one's yellow. Oh, I'll keep this here so you guys can see what they look like. So I don't have to write it down, but so then you can see the color as it's on the page. That'll be helpful for you, especially as they get more colors. Who knows? Next year, if these do well, they might bring out some more. So this one is light green. All right, now we're gonna test this out because I'm not sure. I feel like that one's aqua green. Okay, just make sure. Yep, we're already starting to get like, I don't know which one is which. Okay, aqua. Okay, and this one is going to be turquoise. And then the next one is blue. And then the next one is going to be purple. And the next one is going to be pink. Next one is gray. Okay, the next one's black. That one's pretty self-apparent. And then the next one is white. So it just has like a white tip. All right, now I'm going to show you one of the things I made with this line, and then we're going to do something similar with the new line. So what I did is I took them as a line, and I went through, and then I wrote over it with black. So I'm going to do the same kind of thing, some kind of song. And then this was another one that I did. And here we are for black paper. I almost forgot to do this. I was almost done like editing the video. I was like, uh-oh, I have to do it on black paper. So we'll see the opaqueness of them. Opaqueness is how they do on black paper. It looks like it kind of dries a little bit, so not super consistent. At least that one. Yeah, they're doing okay on this paper. I did terracotta right this time. All right, the next one is golden clay. These almost look the same. Okay. The next one is eucalyptus that I don't know how to spell. Ooh, that one almost looks white. I mean, they're looking okay. They're just not super consistent. So on these two look very similar. So markers that are opaque can appear to be different colors on black paper. That one looks indigo-ish. Okay. Another hard to spell one, amethyst. Okay, and the last one is lilac. So these are fun, but they're not like the best, I guess you would say. What do you think of all these colors on the black paper? I think they look cute. I think there's a little room for improvement on the black paper. You can see they're not always super, but they're not always super consistent. But I think they're fun. I think for the price point, they're good. I do wish they had the names on them. So I forgot to hit the film button at the beginning, so I apologize for that. So you'll see only the second half, but I'm making lines across the page right now like I did on that one before. And so then you can see that the markers are a little bit streaky. Some of them are a little bit better than others, but like that purple and that light green, or some of those greens and the yellows, they're just not as good for like streakiness. But you know, it's just a background. We're gonna be putting some lettering on top of it, so I think it ends up looking okay. I mean, if it kind of goes with it, like they're all streaky, so, but they are super opaque, so you can fix things and you can go over things, which I do like. And then I'm after I fix all of these things, I'm going to take all of the tape off because that just gives you that clean edge. Now, the streakiness doesn't matter as much. So I'm going to do For Good because I love that song from Wicked. I know it's not coming out till next year, but I did notice that the white is not as opaque as the black, and I had to go over it a few times. And for this next one, I'm going to draw some hearts. I've done this before, and I think it's really fun. These are going to be like the conversation hearts. I did have a really hard time thinking of things to say, so I did speed it up. But I use that gray instead of like the white for the shadow, because you can't see white on a white paper. But here I am. And I didn't know how it would turn out with the hearts on the edge, but because it is a straight edge, I think it looks kind of fun. It looks like you're kind of getting a glimpse into the hearts almost. And then on this next one, I decided to be super adventurous and make lots of circles. And I kind of didn't know where it was going, and I was like, is this going to be okay? And I think what I'm going to do is for all of these ones that I did today, I'm going to put them in the membership area. So if you're a member, you can see them, like go through my whole thought process. But I had rules, like they couldn't touch. It kind of had to be logical. I think it turned out okay, and I'm going to put words on top of it. If it was the centerpiece, I think I would need to do a little bit more, but especially with taking those edges off, I think it just super helps. And so on this one, I'm just fixing it up a little bit now. And then what I am going to do is I am going to write That's So True. It's a song by Gracie Abrams. And I was actually able to see her in concert at the Taylor Swift Eras Tour in Toronto. And I fell in love with her music. I tried to get tickets to the next show, but they were sold out. We couldn't get them at all. But I love this song. It's just been a fun one to see around and listen to. So That's So True. And I think it looks so much better with the background, and it's not as noticeable. It's more of a background instead of the forefront. So it can be a little bit more forgiving. What do you guys think of these new colors? I think they're so pretty. I think they really add to the lineup that is already there. I do really think that they need color names. I'm glad I was able to get them. Thank you, Sharpie, for giving those to me. So that way we could have them for this. But I love these. I love them for backgrounds. I love them for random art, for drawing hearts like this. They can be used for so much, and they're so pretty. You can write on surfaces. I mostly did paper today, but you can write on surfaces too. What do you guys think? Which one's your favorite color from the new line? I like the Sterling Amethyst. I think those are awesome. Let me know what you guys think. I hope you guys have a great day, and we'll see you in the next video.